This video is gonna be dumb as hell. So, here's Nanaca Crash. I have definitely shown this game off before in some capacity. I think it was just in some random stream quite a while ago. I don't really remember. Let me just do a crap run of this with basically no input. Just so if you don't know what this game is, you can kind of see what it's about. Through. And run! Death? And my game is about to end here. Oh, no, I think... Okay, we're still going a little bit. I kind of want this to be a short, shitty run. That was my goal here. And there we go. Yep, game is over. Okay, so... if you haven't seen this game before, it's like, okay, what the hell was that? I'll get to that. Let me go over some other stuff first, though. So, I don't know what you would call this genre of, like, just, you know, launch the thing and get it as far as possible. But, this is definitely not the first of its kind. And you know how now you have mobile games, and it's like the same shit over and over again? Like, do we need 5 billion of the same game where it's just like, you're walking forward and here's a couple gates, and one of them multiplies the number of guys you have by 3, and one of them subtracts it by 5. Oh, which one do I go in? So I think this was a somewhat common Flash game type. The first one that I'm aware of is Pingu Throw, which I looked into, and I believe this is just one of several games in a thing called Yeti Sports, but this is Pingu Throw. It's just, and then you hit the thing, and it's like, how far can you get the penguin? Why is it called Pingu? I don't know. And there's not, like, any depth to this. I don't know what the maximum distance is that you can get, but as far as I can tell, once you hit the penguin, that's it. There's not, like, anything else you can do. So it's basically just, you know, time it as well as you can, and that's the game. And so, then we got Bloody Pingu Throw, which, yeah, it says modified by Powell, I don't know. So somebody took the original game and then made this version of it. And so now there's a luck element involved, because originally it was just time the thing and that's it. Now it's like time the thing and hope that it hits a bunch of landmines so that it can go as far as possible. As far as I'm aware, there's still not really any strategy to this. It's just you do it, and you hope to get far. And you can kind of chain together some explosions, and yeah, that's basically it. Now, I actually have a stupid story about this game, because for some reason, I remember in my, I think it was my freshman year art class, we had a teacher who was just kind of nuts, because every art teacher is kind of nuts. And him being nuts isn't really relevant to this, but there was a day where he let us just kind of, like, pull up random shit on the internet. And, like, he basically just had, like, the projector on, displaying the computer, and he, you know, was just kind of taking suggestions from people. And so some people pulled up, like, Flash movies and crap, and somebody brought up this, and I remember there being, like, an argument between the teacher and one of the students, like, because one guy was just like, he's like, yeah, I got like, you know, 2,000 feet in this before, and the teacher's like, no, you didn't. You can't get it that far. It's like, but I totally did. I can, like, I can prove it. It's like, you didn't do that. And he's like, maybe you were playing an easier version or something. And he said, and I quote, "No, it was the superest hard one." So anyway. Then we have Nanaca Crash, which we're going to come back to because this is the main focus of this video, and I have a lot to say about this one. But before we do Nanaca Crash, first I want to show off Make the World a Better Place. So, that's 5rs.com is a subject to itself. I don't really know what the hell the point of this site was. It's very weird. But it's basically just a bunch of troll games. And this one is basically Pingu Throw. We have a hobo kicking away a computer. And, you know, our goal is to make the world a better place. So let's try. We can transfer... Okay, so yeah, if you hit the Native American, you lose, apparently. But, you know, as you hit other things, you improve them. So, like, the soccer ball became a football. School turned into a church. Canada became America. Like I said, improvements. Obviously, this is a shitpost game. And because of the nature of this website, where every other site, or every other game on the site is just frickin' garbage, I'm pretty sure the joke with this one is after you try it a few times, you just get a run that goes infinitely. I'm not 100% sure about that, because I've never wanted to wait long enough to find out, but it seems like that's kind of what's happening here, and this is what's happened to me in the past also, is I've done a couple runs that didn't go very far, and then I would do one, and it would just go on for fucking ages. And the ranks get further and further apart. And I'm pretty sure that's the joke. Can I let this run in the background and, like, have it still progress? Let's see. I'm gonna stop at... Okay, 1670. And looking away for a while, looking away for a while. I don't know if it's actually going. We'll let it go in the background. So, Nanaca Crash. With the previous games, you didn't really have any control. That is not the case here. And the game explains it, but it's in Japanese. So, there's actually a lot of depth to this one. I rather like this game. It's just something that I found way back in the day on, like, Albino Black Sheep or something. So let me explain how the hell this game works. There's... Actually, before I... You know what, let's not even do a run yet. Let me just go back to this and kind of go over some stuff. So, like I said, I can't read this, but... You know, you have the power bar at the beginning. You have aerials. There's red and blue. The blue one... Like, so you click to use these. One of them is when you're moving downwards, she hits you back up, and the other one is the other way around. The red ones, you only ever get 3. You start with them, and then you can never get them back. The blue one, you get 1 at a time, and then it recharges, and it only recharges when you're in, like, a certain height. It's like... Let me try to showcase it. So it's like... You can see the percentage goes up. I think if you go above, like, 20 meters, it stops charging or something. I'm not exactly sure. Stop! The specials we're going to come back to. The characters... So this is where you need to learn how the game works. The game ends when you hit Green Chick. I don't know any of their names. Red, yellow, and blue girls hit you forward at different angles. Oh, it even says here 45 degree. She hits you straight forward, she hits you higher up. It's like, you know, any of those are fine. Is this the guy that... Yeah, I think this is the guy that you're playing as. These two guys, one of them slows you down and one of them fucks with your angle. I'm pretty sure the one who messes with your angle always is it basically always messes you up, like, takes you further away from 45 degrees. So you want to try to avoid them if you can. And then the purple one is weird. She's the one who is just through and run, and basically blocks the next girl that you hit. If you hit a guy next, she does nothing. She still disappears, but doesn't block their effect. So if you hit her and then hit her, you don't lose, even though you normally would. Now, this is basically like me explaining how the chess pieces work, but there is still more to it. So, you see this special bar? Each one of these has a different condition that can activate, and if you hit them while they're lit up, then you can get a special to happen. And you can try to force these by doing the up and down things. So, we just got one by accident there. When yellow and blue appear one after the other, they combo into each other. That's their special. Red is if you... I timed that poorly. If you hit red and then hit another red without hitting a yellow or blue in between, then she basically combos herself. So that one you can... like... basically with that one, like, if you want to try to go for it, you can, again, use your bounces intelligently. I don't know, this is a shit run, I'm gonna start over. The green one is, interesting, because as soon as you hit one of the other girls... I couldn't get it there. Wait, okay. I don't think nah, this is gonna fuck up. Slow down. Nah, death. But yeah, she stays... oh, there we go. Hey! Yeah, if you hit green and then hit... I can't fucking talk. If you hit one of the other girls and then hit green without hitting the ground in between, you get that one. It's actually pretty hard to pull off. So yeah, if you touch the ground, then that one disappears. And so, this is basically how you, you know, actually have some level of control over the game. I should have saved that one. That's most of the mechanics. There is one other thing you can do, and it's fucking confusing. So, right there, did you see that versus CFF thing? If you get the through and run ability... remember that, like, blocks the next person that you hit. Are we about to get red bonus? Here we go. I have no idea what the fuck that is. If you get the through and run ability, it'll show the versus CFF thing whenever your current score is between 90 and, you know, the next 100. So basically every... like, a character appears every 10 meters. When you're in that range, if you hit the next person, so anybody who's standing on a multiple of 100, it'll give you the trigger to, like, you know, to click quickly or whatever, and then if you do it fast enough, it just kind of does some weird shit. I'm about to lose. Alright, maybe I can salvage this. Can I land on you, please? Cool. There's different shit that can happen. There's one of them that's called Parachute Death Sentence, which just kind of sends you, like, flying in a straight line through the middle for a while. It just kind of goes like woo 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 woo, and you just kind of get like a free 1,000 meters with that or something. The other ones are actually much more useful, and I've only seen them like fucking twice. I'd like to try to trigger one of these. If the problem is actually that one was really close actually. But yeah, the difficult part is getting this shit to actually line up properly. Like, there, if I... Actually, I don't even think that one would have worked. I think it has to be a girl. At this point, I'm just kind of... Nope, we lost it. Okay, nope. I think we might be fucked. No. Death? I don't know, but yeah, the other ones are like, they give you multipliers. So it's like every time you bounce, you actually gain speed instead of losing speed, or it'll like make the other hits stronger for a while. I'm probably screwed here. Yeah, that runs over. So yeah, I kind of just figured out all of these rules on my own by playing the game enough. And you might wonder, what the fuck is this game? Like, it's just, you know, some anime shit that is just complete nonsense. Like, I never really thought about it that much. You know, I found this game at a time where it's just like, you know, there's limited things to do on the internet. But here's just a Flash game, and it's weird. Play it, who cares what it's from. Can I please? Okay. And so I kind of just, like, invented, like, an explanation for this. I figured it's just, like... You know, the thing is, I've never been an anime person. I've never really watched any. I think the extent of what I've watched is, like, you know, the first couple seasons of Pokemon, a little bit of DBZ. I watched, like, the first season of Death Note with Martin. That's basically it. And are we gonna hit her? Come on. But it's like, you know, I'm still aware of the tropes, at least vaguely. And so I figured this was like, oh, well, obviously this is like the pervert guy who is constantly hitting on all these girls, and so, like, they're beating him up. And the only one that he doesn't hit on is the green glasses girl, but she actually likes him, and so, you know, hitting her ends the game because... oh no, she grabbed me, or something. I don't know. That was basically what I invented. I never really thought much of it, but that was my, like, justification for why the game existed. Is it's just like, yeah, you know, this is just anime shit. So I don't really know what the truth is, fully, but here's the thing, is, you know, this is based off an existing property. It's, you know, the official cross-channel Flash game. So what the fuck is cross-channel? So yeah, if we look at the game on TV tropes, it goes over some stuff. The characters do indeed have names. So what is cross-channel? What is an eroge? I know it's eroge, but whatever. You know, I'm oblivious. What does this mean? It's like, okay, it's a visual novel. It's an H game. The hell does that mean? Oh, okay, this is a porn game. Gotcha. So, I think I learned this from Autumn. I never looked into this on my own, but she just kind of, like, was like, okay, what the fuck is this game? And looked up its history. It's like, oh, okay. Now, you know, as it says here, it isn't necessarily a porn game. It could just be fan servicey. I don't actually know. I haven't looked into it any further than that. But as for what the fuck cross-channel is, I read, like, this description, and it's just like, okay, it's a school for really awkward people who can't, like, adapt with other people, and then every person in the world... oh, yeah, every living creature in the world has disappeared. And they're trying to find survivors. I would have never in a million years guessed that that was the plot of this game. And to my understanding, at the beginning of the game here, where you just, someone fucking crashes into you with a bike. The one on the bike is the titular Nanaca, or should I say the eponymous Nanaca. And apparently that's just a running gag in the series, is just every morning this guy just gets hit by her. And so someone just decided to make a Flash game out of this very specific running gag in some fucking porn visual novel. And it ended up being, like, an incredibly popular Flash game for some reason. That has massively eclipsed the original source material, and I think that's fantastic. So, I've gotten decently high scores in this game before. I've definitely done better than whatever my record here is. I think I've gotten over, like, 20k, but I don't know for sure. I would like to try to trigger one of the special effects. I have to, intentionally... I want to get an early through and run ability, and then see if I can force an effect out of it. It's not very easy to do. Especially if you, get really high speeds at the beginning like this, because then you can't fucking control what you're doing. So, obviously, doing a fantastic job of that right now. Yeah, you know what? This is a pretty good beginning, if I was going for a high score. We've got lots of speed. Okay, yeah, whatever. I lost it. I was basically going to say I was going to reset anyway, because I didn't really want that necessarily. Well, there we go. Angle up. And death? No. I just want to get this animation again. Boost! Boost! Zuban! I'm assuming that's just some onomatopoeia. I don't know if that means anything. Let me do, like, a 45-degree angle and not do full power. Maybe that's better for trying to get what I want out of a run here. Slow. This is going to be a horizontal boost. Oh, no, I'll just bounce right over. That's fine. Okay. This is the part where I might have to cut the video for a bit until I get it. Maybe? Yep, here we go. Double impact. Alright, so I think this means that any, like, attack that hits me forward is now going to do double for a while. I don't know how long. I would like to, fucking test this out, please. Can I actually hit somebody? Oh my god. No, don't give me a fucking angle up. I swear to god if I lose this run. Okay, does this count? Nope. The hit from Nanaca does not count. Game, please. Here we go. Double, alright. Now, yeah, if I could chain together a bunch of these, this would probably be pretty impressive. How long did it take me to get... that was about almost 10 minutes that I had to cut of me trying to farm for that. It's very difficult to have happen on purpose. Because you have to, you have to get the... I don't know what to call it. Like, through and run is, an awesome English statement, but I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to mean. So, like... this is an awful run. I've had to use all three of my reds already. But, and it's gone. Beautiful. But, yeah. I think I've mostly gotten everything I can out of this one, but, let's finish off this game with something classy, because we've learned that this is apparently a porn game, so, let's rate the characters. Obviously, green is the highest, no question there. don't care about the guys, obviously. Between the other ones, I would say probably red next. Then it's hard to pick between yellow and purple. They kind of, you know, they're pretty opposite. This one's very gloomy. This one's very cheery. I'm not usually a fan of the gloomy type of character, but she's fine. I would probably put blue at the bottom. I don't know, there's just something about her. She looks like she has an attitude. Oh, actually, I forgot about Nanaca. Yeah, no, she goes at the bottom. Just very plain looking. So, green, then red, then I'm gonna say purple, then yellow, then blue, then her. But the real question is, would green still be at the top without the glasses? And, yeah, I'd still probably put her at the top. So, one last thing here is, here is another game that I only learned about today while looking up stuff on Nanaca Crash. Here is Nanaca Crash, which is a parody of Nanaca Crash. I don't know if this is based off of a property of any sort. It probably is, but I did try this very briefly, and it looks like a shitpost. So I'm gonna mess with this one for a couple minutes. I have absolutely no idea how to play this game. Greased Piggy. Is this good? There's a creeper. Okay, we got Kafka. What the fuck is... Oh. Is that Harry Potter? I genuinely couldn't tell. The sprites in this are a little bad looking. So I'm guessing this blue dude is the end game state. We don't want to touch him. If this is anything like everything else seems to be copied pretty much exactly from the other games, so I'm guessing that's how these specials work. Was that an EA Sports logo? I want to hit the creeper. Oh my god. I kind of want to just hit more character. Oh, we've got dinosaur comics. I want to hit some characters and see what shit happens. Electrocution, alright. There was some sprite of some bullshit. I couldn't tell what that was. EA Sports? Oh, no, that's Leak Spin. Oh, okay. We erased the graphics. Sure. Was it always doing this Rumba thing over here? No, it changed. Okay, that went away. What did that do? Just make me stop spinning? Oh, OMG Panic! Oh, I think I had a through and run. Fucking Christ, man. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is the through and run thing. And... oh god. Okay, I think we need to do this one a few more times. I am not going to look into the mechanics of this one at all. I am fine with this one just being complete nonsense. I want to hit the creeper. Oh god. Is there input I'm supposed to have here? That seemed like a disproportionately strong ability for just hitting some random character. Now, I've been keeping an eye out on here to, like, look at the characters coming up, and I haven't seen it yet, but when I tested this earlier, I did one run of this before I started recording. What do you mean, Freebird? I did one run of this, and I ran into Chie from Persona 4, and I got some sort of, like, roulette thing, and I wanted to get that to happen again. I'm not... Everything's going by so fast, I can't even tell, like, if she's one of the characters passing by, or if it's just, like, you hit somebody and then they turn into her. I have no idea. Okay, we've seen the Shoryuken a couple times. Uh-oh. Okay. I might have to edit there. I think there were breasts. I see we're still Rumba over here. No clue what that means. This is... I'm just gonna... I don't care about getting a good run here. I just kind of want to see what stuff happens. So I'm just gonna do a few, like, starts of runs and see what happens. Homework. Me. I wanted to launch back down. What? I didn't do shit! That wasn't a skill shot, that was just a random thing that happened. Is that the JoJo's? Yeah, I know about the, like, the big steamroller with the, like, that's something different, right? That was just a random, like... What? I don't even know how to formulate word. It looked like a fucking sprite from, like, RuneScape or something. I like the homework. I think homework is just you get slowed down. Okay, so yeah, that is the end state. Let's do a couple more of these. Greased Piggy. There's that. Conspiracy. Yeah, we've seen all these. I want to find Chie again. What? What was that? What? Okay, I have 2 pigs. I guess I got that from the Greased Piggy thing. What do those mean? I was gonna guess, like, maybe it blocks the next 2 things you hit because, like, you're greased up and they can't grab you, but... I have no idea. And the thing is, this game actually does have instructions that are in English, and so I could read them, but fuck it, I'm not doing that. Yeah, no, I'm going too fast. I just want to see weird shit happen. Let's just get a couple more starting runs. I want to see just some new weird shit happen. I wish this intro wasn't as long. Part of the problem is I don't remember... Okay. Wasn't that the character that ended the game? Why did Obama save me? I'm not sure if it would be better if all of these things were just completely random happenings, or if this game does have, like, an incredibly complicated rule set that you can learn. I don't know which one of those is funnier. Oh, good. But, actually, let me... No. Also, I don't know why this has a file select, and I'm not sure what the hearts indicate in terms of, like... Okay, so the Greased Piggy blocked the character that ends the game and turned them into Obama. I guess that's what that is. We're in Rumba again. Okay. Yeah, we've seen this one. I guess these are just achievements I'm unlocking, like, per file? No? I don't know. I'm annoyed that I can't find Chie again. I keep doing these, like... I keep doing these really, like, low hits just in hope that, like, one of the first characters will do it. I don't want a lot of speed, I want to fucking hit characters, damn it. Also, I keep thinking this music is gonna turn into Splatoon. Yeah, so how to play. If you want to read this shit, feel free. Pig prevents this once per charge. Timer's active. What the fuck? And then, yeah, there's just a large list of characters. It is a Harry Potter character. Speaking of which, oh, is it not on here? There was something I read that I think the blonde one is apparently supposed to be based on Emma Watson or something. I don't know, whatever. But I don't have the patience to keep farming this game for weird shit. I think I'm done with this one for now. It's, you know, it was worth a laugh, but goddamn, this one's complicated. This game, though, perfectly reasonable. Nothing wrong with this one at all.